Okay, so I'm gonna be continuing from last time. Uh, if I remember correctly, sorry, I played it until like 4:30 in the morning yesterday for that last video. So, and I think I stayed up until like 5, and right now it's 10 in the morning. it's I it's been a couple of hours. Crazy couple of hours because I thought I had classes this morning, but turns out I don't. So I'm just gonna maybe play. I'm gonna try just 1 hour, get through another day, and upload that to YouTube again. So let's go. Ah, jeez. Wait, I gotta. Uh, can I? Okay, that's a problem I've been having with the resolution in this game. Is it it goes into this windowed mode sometimes, but the problem is it you know windowed mode is great usually, but problem with this is uh I can't it makes it so I can't see my sleep bar, which is really useful in game. Uh, Us, we saw those last time. I During my first playthrough, I thought it was a graphical glitch. Uh, Okay, I think what might be going on is the save might have been like exactly 1 minute before I stopped recording. So that's why the drone passed by again. Unless they're being very nice and giving me more stuff, which I don't think it's programmed to do, but frankly, I could do with a little bonus from time to time. Uh, so right now, I still have the the code paper, uh, one drive, one MRE. So I'm gonna be upgrading processing. That way, what I do in this game, when I start out, I just send in basic drives until I can get the processing potential up. Because frankly, sending in level 1 or 2 drives isn't really efficient. See, last time I sent in 4 signals, level 1, and it only gave me 20 points. And if you do, normally, if I think 8 level 3 signals gives you like 400 points or 300. This I'm not gonna do. I'm seeing it in advance. I'm noting all of this down. I think there's either like a, because what you do is you get the notebook and you have these templates you can use, but personally I haven't been able to do it myself. The code's sent in wrong. I think if I want to upgrade radar processing level is at 50. So I'm thinking I'm gonna spend on a box and so order this. And what you want to do is you get individual garbage bags. The whole trick with this is, well, you can put as much as you want in a box, but early on in game, you're gonna be sending in boxes way earlier than you should because you're not making the kind of money you need uh, fully just exploit this yet. So I'm gonna be collecting trash for a while because level ones don't get you this much in terms of money. I'm gonna still be doing my job, but so far, uh, uh, from my experience, the game only really like it's weird because it's the main mechanic of the game, but you should only really interact with it uh, when you have it fully upgraded, I think, because in a way it's not profitable until then, even if you do what they ask you to do. Uh, See, last time this is the one I rebooted, and it's already down to 79%. So I'm gonna let's okay, SV target TR_1. I'm gonna do this in the morning. I probably gonna do TR2 as well, because I remember where it is. uh, but well, tower is probably gonna be fine because it just sent in something. Yeah, it's fine. SV ping. And I'm gonna need to repair these tomorrow too. So I'll try to make a mental note of it. So I'm still gonna do cal all. I'm not gonna individually do all of these because the thing is, when it gets to see, it's when it can't find one, it just stops there. It doesn't do the rest, and that's a big disadvantage because uh, I'm pretty sure when you calibrate, gives you less of a chance of them breaking on you. I'm not sure. I think they'll break anyway. Uh, it says, I think this spot right here where the radar says that there were 5 things on the maps, that must have been the drone. Uh, so I think there's a ping for the base, ping for me, one for the ATV, and I'm assuming this is a tree. It's moving. See, usually they tend to move around, but this one, that's a drone again. That one is very determined. Hmm. I'm kind of scared. Frankly, this early on, I don't think there's an actual entity. Or I'm, I'm gonna have to go get my garbage bags right now, or them breaking out of the box is gonna lag out the game. Uh, I don't know if there's a way to just do like in Minecraft. Can you shift click? Wait. I don't know if you can shift click. Uh, okay, so here, the real gamer strat right here. Uh, you just start collecting trash. It's one of the best early game investments are garbage bags because they're I'm pretty sure each one is like 1 credit. Yeah, they're each worth 1 credit, and you can basically hold infinite of them. And even full garbage bags, they're basically free inventory space. So there's oh, why did I pause? So cleaning out the base can be way more profitable early on than just doing your job. But you're still gonna want to do it because uh, doing the main job eventually becomes more profitable by virtue of having higher level signals. But right now, this is this is what you gotta do. I'm gonna go check the radar. I'm still see it passed by the base. In theory, if I remember, I think the I'm not sure if I remember how the map goes. Okay, okay. Oh my god. I thought I was screwed because I thought there was a later game enemy that spawned by accident. That's just a firefly. Hopefully. Yeah. I still don't know what this ping. It just passed over. So I don't know what comes this close to the base. I think there's there is one creature that can roam and doesn't really get near to the player. Uh, I haven't. I've only encountered it. I don't know if that broke. Uh, I only encountered it in a sandbox when I spawned it, so I don't know what its spawning conditions are. As far as I know, stuff that can really kill you and actively seek you and isn't just either you falling off a cliff or uh, an evil signal. As far as I know, you can't get any of those until like a good 30 days in. Oh my god, no, 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 no. We are not doing this. Collect, collect, just. Okay, so 10 more bags. And I think the garage might be. Well, later on, you can sell off anything that's wooden. You can break down, or in the case of the pallets, you can fit them all into a wood chipper. And that's a great source of revenue in itself, but the price for the wood chipper itself is kind of steep. So that's why when there's mannequins, I just do that door method I've been doing because waiting for the funds to buy a wood chipper. It's kind of way later in the game, and I have things I feel are more important to buy before I buy the wood chipper. As I've played this, I understand a lot of the gameplay loop is trying to make the gameplay itself uh, as I've come to find out, a big part of this game's strategy is to become a crypto bro. uh, Basically, you can buy a crypto mining rig in game. And I'm gonna have to go deal with the generators. Yeah, you can buy a crypto mining rig, and it starts off really slow, but still, it's useful to have extra credits. But when you really put in funds into it, it becomes a money printer, and you basically do not even have to do your job most of the time. Like, the only thing, even when you upgrade the robot Kerfus, uh, he doesn't reboot generators, he only repairs them, and that means they have to fully break, which you really don't want, you know? Looks like we're good. I still don't know what this is. If I... Well, my compass is reset right now, but this map is basically... It's placed in a way that's confusing, but basically, the red arrow is towards there. So that would mean this that thing that passed went here. So it must have come here and went somewhere there. Just about. So I'm not gonna go outside because frankly I've never encountered something like this. It seems to be avoiding the base because later game monsters or aliens that try and get in, they tend to get way closer. This kinda seems to just be orbiting. As a matter of fact, I think it might just be following the trails, and that's why it came close by. I think the pathfinding might be based on those trails, and that's why stuff can get to you really fast, because every single path leads to this base. Alright, so do I have spare? I'm gonna have to do the desk eventually, because this is really distracting, especially during these first few parts. Or it's more distracting if you're getting used to the game, of course, but like I know which parts are important, but what the is that the fucking thing? There's a fucking green. I think it's an orb. Package 40 points. I can. The orb. I checked my email and the orb went away. I think I've heard about this one. Okay, so there's multiple orbs in this game. People don't document them that well. Uh, in Let's Plays, people don't really encounter them, but I know this orb, if you run into it, it just teleports you to a random spot on the map. And you know, I'm not really feeling up to that. So, what time is it? So, you know what? I'm gonna go repair both transformers and do those satellite dishes. I think I haven't repaired satellite dishes yet. Yeah, I haven't. Uh, so I'm gonna be able to show that off. Uh, thing is, it's the same minigame to repair them as when you're repairing the servers inside the base. It's just there's only one per tower. Uh, I'm not sure if during later parts of the game this is a safe time. I know some other variants of orbs can stay up pretty late into the day, or just completely stay out during the day, so it's gonna be a problem, but only really later in game. When you're starting out, it's really funny because you basically just live in ignorance of the hardships that are about to unfold. I'd say someone who isn't prepared for around day 30 of this game would have trouble, because you have to completely change your strategies. Simply because there's just orbs now that stalk you. There's the meat. Most people would talk more about the meat, but I'm kind of used to it, you know. It's one of the few consistent aspects of this game, is that there's always a lump of meat right at that vent. So frankly, I don't know why I'd be so rude as to give it a shock reaction. Frankly, it's just doing its own thing. I shouldn't bother the meat, you know? I didn't ping the second generator up location, but I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I haven't played this game in a few months, but the way you do things in a pretty repetitive. Oh, see, I thought it was up this hill, but I wasn't sure. Most of it, the generators, they're really fine if you want to look for them without the radar. The dishes, I still haven't learned their locations without using the radar. Like, I couldn't tell you which ones are the closest to the base. Because as I know they're all conveniently labeled by letters and little names, but I still don't recognize them all that well. Here's Trashland. This is, as I said previously, trash is a very good source of income in this game. And this place, when you do get the cash to have a lot of trash bags on yourself, this is a real treasure trove. If you can do it all in one go, I think it totals to, I'd say, 1,000 points. I'm not sure, or maybe closer to 400. I keep saying estimates of 400, but that's kind of real. A lot of this game operates on 400s. Okay, so we're gonna SV ping. So Echo, Sierra, and Golf. Okay, so SV target Echo, and we're gonna go find that. Wait, I want to see if I can. See, this is why I don't have a player physics damage enabled, because you can't do this if you have it enabled. Physics damage is basically the no fun option, where you can't throw yourself off a cliff anymore and flop around. And stuff like this becomes deadly. This is, if you're intending to play this game with physics enabled, physics damage enabled, I mean, that cliff right there took, I think, a total of maybe an hour or two of gameplay off of me, so beware. It's so easy to die from it because it doesn't look like it, but this ATV is a bit hard to control down a hill. If I let it go, it might do it, but it sometimes just flips around like this, and it becomes a bit of a challenge. If you flip around, I think just doing like that, just engaging your brake could help. Oh my, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh, I haven't been an idiot. Oh, great. Okay, I'm gonna have to get more food once I'm at base. I'll probably get an energy drink because those are pretty OP. People don't tell you this. At 15 points, and an energy drink fills both your hunger and your sleep meter. Oh shit, I passed. So it's, I wouldn't say it's really something you can do in the early game. When you're at this stage of the game, you should just eat stuff that you can find that's already on the map. But once you have enough free cash to do what you want, energy drinks make the game way easier. 5 plus 7 is 12. 8 minus 9, 1, 7, 5, 3, 9, and sorry. See, that's why my trick to do it slow works, because I got a record again. And that wasn't even good, you know? Okay, nothing broke while we were doing this. Did I turn on caps lock? Okay, no, it's just Sierra. Man, I type like an old person, I'm sorry. Oh, 62, 64 gas. I think I can do my stuff. I have 40 hunger and 50 sleep. I might have to uh, I might have to sleep during the day, which is gonna make me have to work more during the night, but it's an okay trade-off, I'd say. I don't know how much longer I have. I started pretty early, so assume I assume the sun is still rising. I, a part of me wishes I could see what I usually do in stuff like Minecraft. I just check if the sun, the pixels that make it up just are moving, so I can tell if I'm in the morning or afternoon. Here, I I'm not sure if could you do it. I think you can do it. It moves slightly, but I think on my end that looks too much like a rendering thing, so I'm not sure if I'd rely on that. 5, 8 plus 3, 11, 6, 7, 6, 9 minus. I checked my fingers for that one, sorry. 7. See, now I might at 95. It's a really good plan to get these points. This target, target, really? So golf. I'm pretty sure that might be. Why am I captured? Pretty sure golf is over the river again. How am I doing? 15. Okay, so the game does give you a few free gas cans, and I can make those last, but gas is pretty expensive. It's 25 points if I remember per can. You gotta make them last. You can't really use the nitro unless there's a monster chasing you. Which, as I said before, for these few like opening weeks at least, nothing's really chasing you. A lot of the horror. Oh, I'm gonna take this bridge. A lot of the horror is ambient stuff. Like there isn't really any random event, I think, that's actively trying to kill you. I know the evil sun thing can happen randomly, or on certain days it's guaranteed to happen if it hasn't yet happened on your save file. But for a while you're basically just safe. Even I'm gonna put it on flat ground. I don't trust the incline. Even with the brake is pretty reliable, but at some point during this gameplay, I can swear to you, I'll lose the ATV. I always have done this by accident. 4 minus 9, that's 5. 12, 5, 2, 1, 1, 3, 11. Oh my god. See, that's why I'm not math brain. I basic calculations like these confuse me. 8 minus 5. 3. This is just embarrassing at this point. Man, I'm sorry. 7. 8 plus 4. 12. 7. 10. 2 plus 4. I don't know what that was about. Sincerely, that's on my end. I think it's funny that the dev's previous work was about these basics. I told you about the orb. Oh my fucking... See, I never encountered that before. I didn't know it could follow you this far. Fuck it. God, that was so fucking scary. Oh my... See, I told you, nothing can harm you early on, but it sure can catch you off guard. Oh my god. See, first it was the math, now it was me screaming. Well, not screaming, it was kind of just a fucking whimper. It's just... I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, frankly, I'm just... This is what I came to this game for, so, you know, it's not like I'm angry. I'm gonna get out because I don't know if the orb is still following me. Where's... Okay, there's home base. Yeah, as I said... you know, I said I wasn't gonna do YouTuber style reactions where I go, whoa, this is the scariest thing ever. But sometimes like that, I genuinely get caught off guard by this game. I think I've already talked about how I'm bad with jump scares, like anticipating jump scares, and that's why. It's because I'm practically allergic to getting scared like that. I think... You know what? I'm gonna do as I said because I have 100 points. And I'm gonna need the energy. She didn't. It's also... in this game you're gonna wanna collect scrap metal like this. Cans of soda you can use as scrap metal for different crafting recipes. Okay, that's bullshit. I just... Okay, I'm gonna go to this server and take care of it. I'm not particularly happy about stuff falling apart, if I'm being... Are you kidding me? I played for 40 whole days and never got this. And every Let's Play I saw got it. The skeleton event. But I'm pretty happy because I'm pretty sure if you want to do the skull ritual, this one counts too. Like, I think you can skip one of the skulls outside of the complex and use this one instead. Man, I didn't even check the clock. I probably should have, but it doesn't really matter if I don't get my generators going, because when generators fail, it's the most stressful thing, especially at night. They mostly do at night, in fact. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's real, but I feel like the game in some way is programmed not to have them fail during the day. I've only had failures during the night. I might be wrong. This area early on is pretty funny because the aliens haven't showed up yet. The cat girls. And to me that's funny because it's such, like, I'm pretty sure they show up over there. So you messed with it, didn't you? I'm just gonna. So yeah, as I was saying, the aliens show up and there's in plain sight, so it's kind of hard to ignore them. I should have been doing this with the other generator places, because they also have stuff like this. Okay, this I'm moderate. I'm gonna. So I have enough for one upgrade of the I think it's filter. What's it? I don't remember what's the term in game, but when you want to upgrade the signals from level 1 to well, they start as level 0, but you can get them up to 3, if I remember correctly. And that's the thing. You also, I said previously, you want to get the storm filter. You also want to get automatic processing. That's what it's called, processing. Because if you don't have that, you have to manually tell the computer to do each level, which it's pretty useful if you want to check a signal that has maybe multiple messages per level, but in normal gameplays, you tend to just want to upgrade them fully for more money. Yeah. Sorry if I've been drinking a lot. It's I've got a kind of a sore throat right now. I think the orb is gone. Yeah, I think it couldn't have been really. Wait. Okay, so every few seconds. So I think the orb you can encounter multiple times, because that would have been way long. My encounter with it would have been way longer. Wait, let's say 3 there. I. Oh my god, I'm. See, I told you about the hunger mechanics. Do not let this game win over the hunger mechanics war. Can I, can I still sit? Oh, yo. I I didn't know this game lets you give skeletons lap dances. Frankly, a necessary feature. These these all seem to be fine. I'm gonna do a SD Cal just because I'm not getting that. I'm sorry, I am getting that. I don't. It's not that far. Okay, I'm gonna go get that, but that's as much as I can do today. Because once it hits 6 in the afternoon, uh, I I don't feel comfortable with going out at night. The flashlights aren't enough to really just feel like I'm not in danger, even when there isn't anything outside. At some point, the tower is gonna fail. I feel like it's. I don't know if it happens much early game, but late game it does feel like every couple of days you have to climb up there. Great, I'm. See, that's what I told you. The ATV doesn't like. It has a mind and a physics of its own, and it loves doing barrel rolls and tumbling down cliffs. Uh, I've seen people way better than me at controlling this. I think, you know, it's because I try to cut through and go through forests. That might be the source of a lot of my problems when I play this. That I'm impatient and don't take the little designated trails. But personally, uh, I do not like having to go through them because sometimes, as I said in the last episode, trees just get up and move, and they get in the middle of those, and it's basically the same as just taking the middle of the forest, but slower. Uh, let's see if I can do this without mistakes. That'd be great. I see the door closing sound. Only when you're doing this, it stops times, I think. So the door doesn't close yet, and every time I think there's something entering behind me. I didn't even intend for that, but man, I'm probably gonna have to buy shrimp because it's not my because shrimp is really effective and you can get really good uh, relations with the aliens going right off the bat if they can steal some of your shrimp. Uh, that's going down, so I better go home quick. As I've said before, the atmosphere at night really gets to me. Uh, it's really simple, really. But I feel like when I play this, I get really hooked into the gameplay loop. Sorry, I burped there. I get really into the gameplay loop, and whenever something scary pops up, I forget that it's basically just a horror game because I've been playing maintenance worker for the past few hours. Oh my god. You know, okay, I'm gonna put on the brake and just carry it inside because sometimes I'll say this ATV is not worth the trouble. Like, it'll cause more trouble than it's worth. Just by virtue of being really useful in itself when it does get lost and you have to run around the place. That feels so bad. Uh, so what did I want? Okay, so I wanted to get the processing upgrade. That's up by 1. I I think since I'm getting a lot of points right now, I'm gonna wait until I have level 3 to start sending in signals because I feel I'd be wasting my free drives by not doing full upgrades. I don't know if it's a good strategy, but this time I feel for this playthrough, that's what I'm gonna do. This almost got me. I knew it was there, but it kind of got me. So, see, nothing on the map right now. I don't know if the mannequins show up on this. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they don't because there's a lot of times where they've been in the base and I haven't seen a ping or anything. So I think they're like an exception to the rule. Oh my. See, that's what I hate. I did this morning and it's already at 77. I'm gonna get transformer stability actually. It's a bit full. Why am I think the garbage tilted me. Did do you think the garbage tilted me? I think it did. If I yeah, there's a bit of an angle if you stand on garbage. I never knew that. Uh, so that leaves me with 15 points. What can we get for 50? You know what? Let's get success rate. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but as you might have seen in the first episode, success rate on this sometimes it's just annoying. It'll fail you 5 times in a row, even when it's fully upgraded. Uh, so I it might it's something I've come to learn from my best save file is even if you fully upgrade your stuff in this game, there's always a bit of liability. Uh, Transformers are always gonna break. The satellite dishes are always gonna break. Your door locks are practically useless. My character is hungry right now. Uh, no, a lot of people who start off this game, they fall for the fake burger hallucinations. I won't, because frankly, I do not want to deal with ragdolling around. So I'm gonna go for instead the real burger. That's that's probably fake because it unless you click on it, it doesn't despawn. Uh, Not despawn. I mean rot. Cause yeah, there's food rot and poisoning mechanics in this game. It can get kind of annoying because there's areas where there's free food, and I think only stuff that's loaded can rot, and there's some in the vents, and they're always full of cockroaches because that's the first stuff that rots. Uh, Also, use the toilet frequently. It doesn't seem like much, but it's at least, I think, 15 points on your sleep bar. And if you do it after sleeping to 100%, you can get 115%, which you can even get with energy drink, if I remember correctly. Also, eat your soap. It's not that much hunger, but as I said, you gotta take what you have in this game. As you start, it's handing you a lot of stuff, and you might not even realize it. But in my previous save file, when I did the cleanup of my base, I kinda messed up. I threw away most of the materials. That's not something you want to do. Like, all this metal stuff here, it might look like junk, but later on in the game, when you're having to wait for your character to digest energy drinks so you can have more metal scrap, it gets kind of annoying. And also you have to buy stuff. Like, if you want to get metal, I know people, I've heard you can do it by buying a bunch of buckets. Personally, I do it with the cans of energy drink because that means you get some hunger and sleep back, and you get drunk. I'd have to ask someone who's really good at this game what their strategy is. At night. I don't know if I want to do a signal. You know what? I think if I start one now, since it's 7 o'clock in game, by the time I'm done with it, it should be around midnight. And I could just stop the recording right there. I feel like that would be a good point. Unless an event happens. That's the thing. That's a wild card with these recordings. It's gonna be that basically, as much as I want to stop right at midnight, events just start and go as they please. And when you get an event, most of the time you can't even pause. So I feel like in the spirit of fairness, I'd have to get through it legit. Like, if I got a bad sun, well, it wouldn't matter if I got a bad sun event because that's only during the day, so it doesn't really affect me because I start off at midnight on these recordings, or at least that's what I want to do. So in theory, getting bad sun wouldn't mean I'd be stuck playing the game for an extra hour. You know, because as much as I like this game, being forced to play for longer than expected without, outside of your control kind of feels bad. Because if you haven't done a save before the bad sun, you gotta wait until the whole event is done. And that's kind of scary for me because uh, losing progress in this game feels real. It feels so bad because, it's, as I said, it's tedious work, and redoing tedious work feels even worse. And kind of robs the fun of how the tedious work you do builds up to knowing the place better and having less work to do. I can get it at 100, right? Come on. I'm gonna go with 99.9. That's the best I'm gonna get for this. You're gonna jump scare me so many times. I didn't make an audible sound right there, but my my heart does sink a bit when I see it, even if it's basic. It doesn't feel like there's a scary skeleton. It feels more like there's a person there, and he's gonna turn his head to face me, like he's gonna go. You know? Now I've ruined it because it won't stick again. I might as well do as I will always say. You can be my good friend. I'm gonna keep your bones there because I think giving a headless skeleton a lap dance is funny. That's funny, right? That's what the kids are into these days. So no pings on the radar. It's kind of early. Usually they start either at midnight or 3 a.m. Uh, so I have 4 in-game hours left. Doing okay on sleep and food. It was kind of a mistake to get tired of MREs early, because there is a food, like your character, if you eat something too much, he gets tired of eating it, and you have to find an alternate food source. And that can be kind of annoying if you find something that's really efficient, because then your character will refuse to eat at all. And he'll be collapsing around as you try to order something else. Oh my god. Sorry about that. That was terrible. Uh, as you ping. Wait, what? No. What did I do? I thought this was like a fake thing. But no, I didn't type in SV ping. I typed in SV ping mug, which I I do find it funny that math and proper type grammar are vital mechanics to this game. Like if you do not do your commands correctly or the math correctly, you are going to die. Cause money is everything in this game. It doesn't appear so early on. Uh, I did make posts back before playing this one where I thought to myself, well, this looks easy, I could just live off of random stuff I find around. But it's a bit harder than it looks. you you start to get overwhelmed. Like today I made more than 100 credits and I spent them all on either stuff I needed or stuff that's gonna become useful way later. Uh, I think next garbage thing, I'm probably gonna do some more next video because it's really. And move to 100. Uh, yeah, I'm probably gonna. Okay, no, I place you there. See, see now I'm getting jumpy, and I think it's because the recording is messing up the audio so on the game, so it sounds crunchy. So I keep thinking because the orbs in this game distort the audio, so they do a really bassy kind of sound, and it makes the audio go crunchy. So I keep thinking there's something uh, either following or haunting me around here. Uh, am I still tied up in my heels? Okay, so we're good on that front. In a while, there's about 20% left. I'm gonna do like I always do to simplify later cleanups. I'm gonna put all the garbage in one pile. It's just that moving around and trying to find stuff as your inventory fills up is kind of annoying. Uh, these ones also I wouldn't do if they weren't there. Like there's so much garbage in this. I think I've worked in laboratory spaces in school, at least, and I've never seen an emergency shower that looked like this. I really wonder if that's a thing or in real life if they look like this. Usually around here they're like these big green things. So I wonder if either old installations have them like this or if in lore this is like a repurposed part of the facility. Like this used to just be showers or something. Uh, yeah, it's not really clear in game. I think some of the implications in game is that this place at some point was some nature reserve. Uh, either the antennas were there or got added at some point. And it's not clear for how long it's been just a scary place like this. Like, there's not many signs of time being a factor here. So it's not clear if it's always been scary or if that's just a recent development. So, okay, so only about. Is a neon? Let's see. I think at that speed it's gotta be a tree, right? Uh, yeah, as I was saying, uh, the game gives you hints at something happening before here. Like, this wasn't always messed up. Like, I'm pretty sure everything here implies that at some point the building was meant for multiple people at once, especially with the parking spaces. Uh, it's not said if like all the death happened in such a way that made it so there's only one personally, I believe that the only reason you're alone here is because at some point they lost like an entire team of researchers at once and realized this place is basically like a sacrifice ground where they can send in someone to die to all the scary creatures so they don't break out. That's what I think. Like, sure, there's spacefaring aliens that come here, and you could say that them being contained here by me dying isn't really something that would happen. But I believe most of the supernatural stuff, like the demons and the ghosts and stuff, that part, I think that's why they closed down this to multiple people. Because I feel like they would know about the aliens. Like, the whole game is about all the people you work with basically telling you, oh, wow, nice audio. We couldn't hear much. And, you'll be sending them audios of people screaming from space. So I think, to some degree, the people you work with lie to you. I think the the premise of it is, okay, see, those aren't orbs, they're just fireflies, this time for real. Yeah, the people here, or at least they're like a few kilometers away, if not more. They basically do not ever acknowledge anything being wrong. They never. The best you'll get is them talking about how the stars turned off for like 5 minutes. Like, but outside of that, I think, like, if a spaceship goes over you, if a bunch of like aliens become get in the base, they never talk about. You can take pictures in game, but they I don't. I'm pretty sure they don't receive them, but they never react. See, with all the stuff I was doing today, if I hadn't done this, which I haven't because it's boring, and I hate doing it because you can do so many mistakes, uh, this would have cost me money. And you can go into debt. You can take loans, but frankly, I'm not interested in going into fake virtual debt, you know? uh, I'm waiting for this to complete. I'll play it for you, and then I can end the recording. I think that'll be a good spot for it. Okay, so we just unload. Let's hear it. So this is still just noise. It's less loud noise, I'll give you that. But I think most signals only get interesting if you get them to level 3. Sorry. Man, I'm having all kinds of problems with my throat today. Uh, which I guess means this is as good a place to leave this as any, you know? So, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Next time, I think I should be able to maybe get this to do level 3 signals. Otherwise, uh, it's probably gonna be more trash collecting for a while if I'm being honest. So yeah, see you next time. Bye-bye.